We're live. Hi everybody. Sorry, I was just messing with Shelby. She gave me a countdown and then we just all sort of froze there for a second. Hi.
That's to make my life suffering.
I do. You said to leave Shannon alone and that you would take any punishment today. So
I did.
enjoy.
I love you, Shannon. I'm doing this for you.
Too. I appreciate you. I'll take it next time.
All right, so welcome to Roll for Damage. Tonight we have the scales above, where I take this group of lovely nerds through a homebrew adventure based more and more loosely on the Rise of Tiamat. Yeah, last time there was the usual hijinks and getting mired in problems. But before we get to that, what we're going to do is we're going to go and do quick intros for everybody. So, Shelby, you can go first, and then you can watch everyone's sound levels.
Okay. Hi, my name is Shelby, or Shibby Dibby Doo, or Whistle While You Work. I go by a lot of names. It's just the way it is at this point. It's just my brand, is that I'm indecisive as fuck. I'm going to be our tech tonight, and one of our players. I'm a regular player here. I play over in Kelsey's World of Darkness game. I also play in a hacked Powered by the Apocalypse game called The Between over on Quick Failsafe Studio, where I play a badass monster hunter named Peter Rivia. She's absolutely a Siri ripoff. You'll love her. Yes. That was one of the default last names. Fight me. But tonight I'll be playing Nia Arron, our child. Well, actually, I think she might be less of a problem child right now. Girl made a few pretty heavy growth steps. Kyle is still on the Rivia thing. Blame the creators of The Between for making that a default last name. Anyway, yeah. Now pass this off to someone else so I can stop talking.
Okay. Because I don't have my stream up at the moment, I'm just going to randomly choose one of you. Kelsey.
That's me. Hi, I'm Kelsey, also Roguzu on Twitter and YouTube. On Twitter, I draw a bunch of stuff. I take commissions. I can draw out your most epic D&D scenes if you want. On YouTube, I talk about the first campaign that I ever ran called Atlantis, where there are actually some characters that are from there that have cameoed in the Dream Chasers game that I run here on Thursdays. For now, I'm going to be playing Saren Talonray, and I'm going to be doing a speech.
You're going to be great.
How are you feeling about that speech there, Kelsey?
You'll succeed. I believe in you.
I'm confident in her modifier, in my ability to actually word in a politics setting. I'm just like, bitches listen, war's whack. Anyways.
That's the only way Saren can do that.
Excellent.
I might get you to do this now. Do you reckon you could tell us about how much you love your little dice box?
I have this dice book from Wooden Forge, and it's very cool. It has this leather inlay that has, you can see, that little carving in there. And there's also this little, dice, what's it called, vault that I have this thing. And
Oh my god!
Grab my dice.
I saw inches.
You don't have dice?
Yeah. I saw inches,
Yeah.
off
I forgot my
These
dice.
things are amazing.
What are you people doing?
They are. I actually looked around for dice as well. I was like, shit, I'm a DM, and I took all my dice to a mate's place yesterday to play Warhammer.
I'm
so whoops.
disappointed.
But anyways, yes, Wooden Forge. They're not official sponsors at the moment, but the guy who runs it's a friend of mine, and it's cool. And I got these little things, and I play with the magnets all the time. But this is the little vault, and it has this soft squishy bit so you can put models. I don't have a model small enough right now, and I don't think the top half of a frost giant's going to fit very well. But yeah, they're good. And we are getting, not make too much noise. We got my little roll for. Do you want me to ASMR this right next to the mic?
Kyle,
No.
do not. Do not.
We have
I
a
will
little
hurt
roll
you.
for damage symbols on this one, and we're going to get these for our little website store eventually, along with some resin inlaid ones with pretty purple flames and a
I
gold
want that one.
dice.
I want that one.
And yeah, we're
Finally talk to the boys over at Wooten Forge to make the DM's dice tray.
yes, I am actually talking to them about that hopefully pretty soon. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
they're cool. And then as Kelsey showed, that leather inlay bit is also going to have the roll for damage symbol on it in our one, which is cool. Anyways, I'm going to just put this over here and shut up and move on to Shannon, the dice preparedness person.
Yes, the only one apparently. Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon. I am S4E05 on Twitter and Instagram and here. And my nerd home is Paradise Productions. I'm glad I got to say it before Sean fucked it up because it's been Paradise RPG for the past 2 weeks. I felt that. So yes, we are from Paradise Productions. We play D&D on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We just had a very special one-shot that delved into the backstory of my beloved badass broody rogue, Scarlet. VOD is on our Twitch channel and will be on YouTube soon. And yeah, I just love her so much. I just got to say, I have to say it every time. I love her so much. All my dice are just themed after her. Anyway, other things. I play Sloan here. Sloan is my beautiful brick barbarian who doesn't read and is really mad at Ark right now because he's being a jerk. But
Also a murderer.
And
I may or may not have ripped somebody in half.
Don't worry, everyone.
Since you go.
Murder.
yes, and
Barbarians gotta do what a barbarian's gotta do. I'm
I've
possessed by work.
I've been told that I'm not allowed to be mean to Shannon slash Sloan today because it's Shannon's birthday. Now, do we sing a really discordant happy birthday to her? Do we? Is it
no? Because you'll get DMCA'd.
Real for happy birthday?
really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday is a copyrighted song, so you gotta sing your own. That's why restaurants in the U.S. when they sing happy birthday, it's like happy birthday. They don't actually do like an actual song.
Really?
The worst
That's
thing in
so
existence.
interesting.
It's why you
Bon
never hear
Jovi
them
will
actually
make a
singing it
song.
in movies.
Okay,
I never thought about that until right now.
that's crazy. So pretty much just happy birthday, Shannon. That's it. Then.
God.
Thanks.
I should have used this.
Okay. Next up, we'll go with Arron, who I don't think we've done yet.
You have not.
Yeah.
Hi, hello, my name is Arron. I'm otherwise known as Yarrow Shien. I am the creator of the parody series known as How to Be an Adventurer, or Danmachi, the abridged series. I am also the main man behind the everything of D6, a D&D live show where I bring together a bunch of friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. Right now, we are on our brand new campaign known as D6 Black Archives. And if you guys caught last episode, it got spicy. And we go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, we have podcasts made available on Saturdays at 6 a.m. now, which is 9 a.m. on Eastern end. And that's it. That's it. That's me.
Who are you playing?
Whoa.
You gotta say who you're playing.
I don't know if it was me or if it was like you, but like I heard a Doppler effect. That was weird. Yeah, I play Ignis Brimlight. You're divine soul sorcerer with an attitude problem, but also a lot of love to give.
All right. That means we have saved the best to last. Sean.
John's got the best shirt here.
John does have a
Hey,
shirt
mine
here.
is a charity shirt. Fuck you.
Yes, but his is covered in tiny cute ghosts. I'm sorry, but
Little
Yes.
little
I forgot-
ghosts.
I forgot. There was one other announcement. I forgot. Over on the Fables channel, I am sitting next to the wonderful Vsauce 3 man himself. I'm so sorry, Jake. I'm sitting next to Jake in our one-shot multi-series part Alien Isolation tabletop game ran by the wonderful Carmichael from Corridor Studios, who also runs Corridor's D&D show. So that will be coming out on April 1st. Yes, Son of a Dungeon. It will be out on April 1st, episode 1. So yeah, you'll get to see me play a brand new tabletop game that I've never tried before and did extremely well in. Weirdly enough.
So apparently the family who owned the rights Happy Birthday lost their last application to extend the rights, which means we could sing Shannon Happy Birthday. But
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
This is great.
Shannon.
Happy birthday to you.
Hooray.
I love you guys.
That destroyed my lip scar for you.
That
Shannon.
was horrendous. All
That was
right.
excellent.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be good. I wasn't gonna belt a ballad out for you. I'm sorry.
I loved that Sean was just occasional words. Least enthusiastic person ever. So anyways, Sean, you're gonna tell us about yourself now.
I'm Sean. I'm a person, and I play Oryx Solaris here, a really bad dad, and now a bad friend. I'm the creative director of Paradise Productions.
Oh shit, community manager. I do that every time. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Didn't you blame
That's the name
Sean
up, but you forget
for
your own
fucking it
title.
up?
I know.
We all have our flaws. But anyway, I run our flagship show over there, Advantage in Paradise, where I DM and I craft a bunch of minis and stuff. Next week, we're hoping to have our biggest battle map yet. I'm making a bunch of crap this weekend for it, and yeah, I do Relaxing in Paradise sometimes on Wednesdays, sometimes on Thursdays. Depends on what grad school's doing to me that week. But I hang out, I play video games with Shannon's husband Josh, and I craft things, and it's fun. And then me and Shannon hang out on Sundays for the Sean and Shannon Power Hour, the most powerful hour on the internet. And and where we recap our main show and we just bully each other and for the entertainment of the audience. It's very fun.
Really not that different from over here, honestly.
It's all in good fun.
The powerful hour is pretty much the only thing of yours I get to catch anymore.
Timing wise, that makes sense. But are you okay, Shannon? You okay? Okay.
You're right there?
It's the power hour. It's not the powerful hour.
It is a very powerful hour, though.
I heard myself in your headphones.
Okay, so
you peaked the mic a little. Sorry.
Just a bit.
So, while we're not officially sponsored by Hero Forge anymore, they did reach out to me and ask if we could say a little thing, because they're doing little 2D standy things now, which is kind of cool. So if you don't want to do the whole miniature thing for whatever reason, because I kind of like minis, I feel like I like 3 dimensions, but I do understand. I'm just waiting for Shannon to show us the 65 different scarlets she's broken this week. Standy's actually really good if you don't have a lot of free cash and you want to still show models on a table. Well, paper, you know what I mean. Your monsters on a table. Or if you're like Shannon and you do break a lot of stuff, these are going to be far less breakable. Which is great, which also it will save you money as well. Yeah, so this has both been go check out Hero Forge's new standees, which I'll have more information on next week when I get back to my liaison over at Hero Forge. But in the second part, I managed to take a few digs at Shannon, which made me feel good. So we're we're friends, guys. Don't worry. But yes, we will get this started. I'm going to throw the recap at Kelsey, since she is the one that's going to be making a speech at the start, so we can pretty much go straight into your speech after the recap.
Okay, so where we left off was
What
well,
was that?
I don't know. I was stretching and I ended up posing.
It was awesome.
So where we left off was your power. Oh gosh. Nia was brooding away in her room, but then she got contacted by her better dad, a big man, who takes her out on a walk that leads up to a temple. And then Saren is done, and comes back with Yako, and well, finds out, is like, okay, people are doing stuff to the ship. That's not good. What the fuck is happening? So she talks to some guards, and they're just like, yeah, you people here, your crewmates, yeah, they did some shit. We're not happy about it. One of them has got an attitude. And it's just like, you're probably talking about Ignis. It's like, yeah, the fire one. And so Saren talks with them and figures out what's going on. Though she doesn't exactly learn that Sloan has killed someone, but Sloan has apparently done something in town. And then when they were being questioned and tried to be brought to a temple, it wasn't taken too well and was brought with suspicion. But yeah, Saren smooths that out. She gives a blessing to someone, which surprising effects. Auric is walking around town having a lovely conversation with a spiritual man who is the same and yet also the exact opposite of the soulless Auric right now. So that's fun and interesting. But then we all finally group back up at the temple where shit is happening and people are talking about the horsemen, the wars, the dragons. It's like everything. And we're just like, hey, we know that. We've been dealing with that shit too. What's up? Except we didn't say that. No, it started off with Ignis being like, Lich, you're a bitch. Not like that. But, and, you know, we also find out that Nia's actual blood dad is there. Not happy about that. He's alive, but not happy because there was an interaction there. There's some issues between Nia and her dad, and she's finally able to say things to her dad to get off her chest and to finally find some resolve in herself and finding a true family. Auric has taken a green man of magic to talk to him about the horsemen. They are making deals. Sloan and Ignis have gone into the back room of the temple to speak with the priest that they've been told about, but mainly to also have a discussion between themselves, as Ignis is helping Sloan work on her emotions and try to figure out like what's wrong and to help her and support. There's a nice friendship growing between them. And now I'm here because I gotta talk to some people about war.
That is correct. I forgot to do my own intro. Hi, I'm Nova. Go check out the website. There's stuff there now. Bye. So, yes, that is where we are at. You're about to give a speech. I've set aside 45 minutes for this, so we can all sit back and listen to Kelsey do her monologue. Everyone get comfy, get a blanket and a pillow. As you are moving into the center of this area, you can see poor old Nia, not really shouting down, but not being quiet either. Like, speaking quite loudly to this man, this one-armed man. You can see the family resemblance. Who's next to a woman with a child. He seems tired, mostly worn out. He is scarred. You can see that he's been in a few fights, a few scrapes. if the one arm didn't give it away. But the whole place, I believe you cleared your throat last time and tried to get their attention. As you
I did a whistle.
Yeah, you did a whistle while you worked, and you got most of the people's attention, and the lich is sort of languidly circling in the air above everyone. He, at least, is very interested in what you have to say. And, in a very large show of support, the Green Man and Auric just walk out after you whistle. So they are chatting, but you have 95% of everyone else's attention. There's a few people still looking at the argument going on between Nia and the old man.
Yeah. That's okay. They'll hear me or learn about this at some point, but yep. As she kind of takes the center, she's going to say something that I don't know if she should, but given everything that's kind of already happened in the city and whatnot, and how she's just kind of out there and like everything, it's just kind of like fuck it as she introduces herself. It's just like, greetings everyone, I am Sophia Vaughn, and I would have to say that I quite agree with the stopping of the wars that are happening. Now, I know that many of you maybe are distracted by other things, or that you want to continue with it because you want to make a legacy of yourself. You want a title, you want to continue so then you can get that victory, so then you can claim something. However, there are leeches under the skins of the territories and the reasons that you fight. So what are you going to be really winning if you continue with these wars? Nothing but sludge, decay, and broken things. If you really want to make a name for yourself, if you really want to actually have something in the end of this all, stop the wars and focus on the things that are going to destroy what you are fighting for at this moment. You're really going to waste your time and ignore something that's a bigger threat. They're playing you like idiots and fools, using your pride against you. And you want to be better than that? Then be better than that. Stop the wars and focus on these leeches. Squash them out, so then you can actually have something to claim in the end.
As you go sort of silent towards the end there, the crowd who've been listening begin murmuring amongst themselves. One man in the third row, a human who's sort of got a very tanned complexion, just stands up. Who exactly are you to boss us around? Vaughn? None that I've heard of. A minor member of a minor house of a minor nation.
Oh, you'll be hearing of the name soon. Like I said, things moving about, you're not noticing because you're blind to everything. I am one that has been traveling around and seeing all that is happening. I see these events. I see what's to come. I give you warning, I'm not trying to insult you, though my words are harsh, but that is just because I am trying to get through to you all. Because this is a harsh situation. And frankly, you're all adults. You can handle some harsh words. I'm sure that you've heard worse.
Make a persuasion check.
Hi, okay. It's good. Okay. That's persuasion. So that is a 26.
Okay. About a dozen people stand, each wanting to have a say. And since you're at the center right now, it's up to you to point out who you want to talk to first. You know enough about politics that whoever you point to first is going to be seen as you favoring that particular person.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want me to? I mean, probably the easiest way for me to do this is you can ask for a group, a nation, or whatever, and I can tell you what of that area is standing up. Or I can go through each of the 10 to 12 people and you can just decide.
I have you have people in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a set number of people in mind?
I have a few, yeah.
Okay. So what Saren is going to do in character, so then she can show that she is in fact not doing favoritism, but is having everyone's interest in mind. She looks around at everyone that has stood up. She takes out one of her little daggers, but it's still in the sheath.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of covers her eyes, kind of spins it around and tosses it up in the air. And wherever it falls, whoever it's pointing towards, she chooses them to speak. And I would like you to tell me a dice that I can roll that picks them.
Sure, just roll a d10.
Okay. 3.
Okay. You are going to, because of that, get, for certain groups, you'll have advantage on any charisma checks you're going to make. Certain other groups, you'll be getting disadvantage because they feel like you should have talked to them or they didn't like the showiness of them. So
that's fair.
You are currently having this point at a large dragonborn. Is two-toned gold and silver with so as he moves, it looks like his scales sort of shimmer because it's not like he's one set gold then second inner belly silver. It's just the entire thing is gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver all the way down him. So he kind of, when he moves at all, it just looks like sunshine on water, that rippling effect. And do you point him out and gesture for him to speak?
Yeah, I don't do a point, but I do a hand gesture.
What is it that you propose?
God, fuck me. Take the steps to settle the wars on a standstill, of a truce, of a peace treaty for this current moment. A standstill. And we focus on the leeches that are making the movements now. The ones of dragons, the ones of the titans, the ones of the horsemen. The ones that will completely throw over your strategy tables.
When you
the
say
the countries, the cities that are around these focused individuals, we can focus on them. For the ones that are around with the dragons, with the mountain ranges and everything, we focus on this issue. For the horsemen, and she'll name the area that involves that one person that she's heard about that has information about the horsemen that I cannot remember at this current moment.
Duskfall.
Mm-hmm. Research the horsemen. Work on strengthening defenses to find the weaknesses to counteract them. And then those of the Titans is the same as it is for the dragons. Then for the 5 as well, everyone focusing on your own people, strengthening them, finding this information to find power, truly stop this.
When you first mention dragons, he kind of winces a little bit. And as you say it a second time, his face sort of sets. So, isolation and division?
If you're putting it like that, do you not like your home? Just focusing on your home, focusing on what is important, what you're even doing these wars for. It's not isolation, but taking care of the root of why you are even alive.
We have defended ourselves against them. And he throws his hand across the point at a group of humans and Goliath. We're at war because of them. We have been looking to our defenses, only recently gathered together. Your proposition helps no one.
My proposition isn't only to you, but to them too. To cease. Everyone must cease. This isn't targeted at only one group.
He just sort of crosses his arms, shakes his head, and sits down. I am going to use a bunch of counters to measure this. So there's still a bunch standing.
I'm doing the same thing again because I'm not going to show favoritism.
Okay, so I'm just going to say you sort of like kick the dagger with your foot so it spins.
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself a D10 roll, please.
Okay. It's another 3.
Okay, so the next closest person, as Neil walked away, her father stood. Do you gesture to him or do you ignore him?
No, I'll gesture to him. I'm in a position, like everyone sees where it's pointing to. Like that's going to be a bad show if I ignore him. So.
You want to end all the wars. You want to make it stop. You want us to focus on ourselves. You don't seem to understand the nature of all of this, girl. We have been under attack. Myself. And he points to the now sitting, arms folded, Dragonborn. Because people believed our homes were theirs. That we did not deserve to live. What do we do now? You've come here with a grand speech, but no real solutions. If this is truly when all things end, I feel you need to learn the ins and outs of the politics here. Find ways to make amends with groups, or enforce your own will. If there's not that much time left, there are two ways for this to be resolved, as he looks around the group, the auditorium. Either everyone steps down, pauses in their wars, or we redouble our efforts, destroy our enemies as soon as possible, and unite with a position of strength, instead of constantly watching our backs. I'm not saying which is better, just pointing out the options. I have seen he sort of just looks down to where his arm used to be, and then at his daughter. There are things that should not be permitted to walk our world. For my part, if you can convince the Adorans, the mountain folk, the Etredalians, Jokelheim, and the elves to come to an agreement, you have my people's swords, whatever you're aiming for. Just tell me how you're going to reach that agreement.
I will continue to do what I'm doing now, which is listening. All of you. And yes, as you say, do I know all of the politics here? No, but I know some. But I would say that that is the same for everyone here. You don't know everything. Everyone here holds bits that the others don't know. And that is where there is strength. Do I have all the answers? No. However, I have been hearing people offering answers that are going ignored. And that's why I think that there is an issue. I want it to be listened to. And again, who I address, it is everyone. I understand that these wars are taken on by plights and by targeted, that you are victims, you have been attacked, and then there are those that they are aggressors. Or there is a story behind why they have acted out. There's reason behind everything, and I know this. But again, I'm asking everyone to stop, because that is the importance here. I understand that, yes, there is that option. Everyone continue on with war, but that's war. You encourage and you strengthen one of the horsemen. You bring about and you strengthen one of the things that is going to end this. As I said, you are just going to bring about this destruction, the war, the plague, death. You will win nothing this war. You will not have anything to protect anymore. Like, she's looking at everyone as like she's saying this. What you fight for won't be there. What you protect won't be there. There are answers, yes. And maybe you're frustrated with me trying to tell you to stop these wars because you've suffered so much. You've fought so much. So much broken, so many dead, so much anger. And yes, it's frustrating to hear just some girl tell you to stop. If it's
Do you actually hold up your hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, for some girl to tell you to stop. And so, I understand that you're all targeting me for the answers. But that's what I'm saying, what I'm admitting right now. Do I have all the answers? No. I have actions that I want to take to protect this world so then there can actually be something to have and hold. But we all have answers here. And I want these answers to be done and discussed as a group. But we can not go about the true answers and solutions if it is all just fighting and war.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage, please.
That's fine. Okay. 24.
Rogues,
Okay.
man. Rogues.
So, by the way, for the rest of you, you probably noticed that it's taken a while for Saren to come back to the rest of you. At this point, I'd say Sean and Kazu would be making their way back to the temple. You can return whenever you wish, guys. And you can either sit around the outside, you can form up with Sarah, and it's up to you how you wish to carry on. But just let me know, or just interrupt, in a lull, saying what you're doing.
But instead, Nia, having left the room, could she have just gone to the back to wait for Saren?
I say you would have
She
probably
would have
stood
probably wanted to
outside,
listen.
just like somewhere you could be seen, you're listening in. At
Yeah,
whatever
'cause
point you want, you can return.
I just want her to be able to hear the conversation is the biggest thing. I just want her to hear what's going on in the room.
Yeah, I think Warwick would when he returns would just stand on the other side of like the door where Nia is listening in as well.
Okay.
Sloan and Ignis, we were off in another room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where people meeting us there later?
They're kind of meant to, but they haven't
Afterwards.
come yet.
After. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just stay there.
I mean, if you want to see what's going on, we could.
Well, somebody was looking at me bad. I don't want to go back in there.
Do not worry.
Jedi
I
mind
will
trick,
be
do
right
not
next to
worry.
Do
They will not see you.
I'll be right next to you, and if somebody gives you a dirty look, then I'll dirty look them back.
Okay.
All right.
I'll work on my dirty look too.
Yeah, we could do it together and make them all scared and shit, right? Like, because
Okay.
to be quite honest, you're 100%, your intimidation off the charts.
I am big.
And it's awesome, right?
Sometimes.
Shannon gets
We'll-
+1
we'll-
self-esteem. Okay, so
While we're walking there, I want you to discuss with me what isn't awesome about being, 6 foot something.
Everybody thinks I'm mean. Everybody assumes things about me. Yeah.
so when she gets there, she's crying, and Yarrow's like, it's okay, and Auric just doesn't care, and Nia's probably concerned. But back to the big hall for a moment. A couple people sit down after this conversation you've had. Kind of you've addressed their points as well. Kick thy dagger, young rogue.
What do I roll now?
D6.
Okay. God. I wasn't expecting to do a whole debate, and I'm just like, I hate politics and talking. Why do I keep rolling threes? God.
Okay. As a man who's been standing goes to speak, the woman next to him stands up, puts her hand on his shoulder. They're wearing heavy furs, which seem to be ceremonial here, given the heat. So they kind of, they are looking a bit hot and sweaty. It's probably a bit too warm here to be wearing these things, but they don't get rid of them at the moment. Why do you think that we should stop our wars? Where we are from, there is nothing that we can hold for ourselves. We raid. We are mighty in our raids. But it is also the way we learn and grow and gain things for ourselves. No one will trade with us. Since our forefathers attacked, they fled south, invaded, caused much death to the soft southerners. But now we are left with nothing. So we raid. What do you propose for us, small one?
Well, obviously, change could be discussed so then trade can happen. And though I do hear that you raid and you fight, and this is part of your culture, it is strength, it is what you learn, it is life. But why not put such strength towards bigger things? Things that you can truly prove yourself and learn from. With these dragons, with the four horsemen, with the titans.
They will not give us what we need. How will we get food and money and all the things that needed to live?
That's where the trade comes in. As I've said.
Fine. I am not the only representative that needs to speak, but there are 100 villages I speak for. Who will trade enough for all our people?
No.
You find that solution. We'll only raid what you wish us to raid. But if there is not enough food, if there is not enough for our people, we will go where we please. Acceptable?
Answers can certainly be found.
Yes, you said.
It's a big world. Just kind of looks around at everyone. I believe with this issue that you have brought up, others must be addressed first to confirm that the solution that is in mind can be achieved. So we will return to this.
Okay.
We will find your answer.
There are really, at this point, there's kind of multiple people, but they set in two distinct groups. There is 2 Extradalians and an elf standing together as almost like a loosely united group. And there's two Yadorans, both tieflings, standing together. Do you wish to kick your dagger again, or are you just going to choose one or the other?
I'm kicking my dagger because, again, I'm staying extremely neutral here.
Roll a d2, and at this point, I'd say the rest of the party is gathered outside the doors, kind of watching her flounder a little bit in the last one, because this person was just kind of a bit more forceful, I guess.
I was just like, bitch, I can't give you an answer because, like, you fucking, like, you want that? Like,
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yeah, Oric would just, yeah. A hard audience to deal with. Their requests are unreasonable.
They're thinking
In the face of the grave.
They're not seeing it. None of them are seeing it.
Did the music stop for everyone else?
Yeah, Sirenscape's not playing anymore.
Oh, interesting. I'll give it another minute. If it doesn't start back up, I'll change some. You got a 2, did you say, Kelsey?
Yeah, I got it too.
Okay. You get the Etradalians. And as one stands up and sort of drops a hood back, they have this sort of like golden hair. They're an asthma. With this sort of like just obsidian black skin, and their eyes seem to reflect light. They have no pupils or iris. It's just like a sheen of gold. How do you propose to fix what is broken with Etradale? We have war outside our capital. The Marius. They are belligerent. Attacking. Killing. The populace has been incited. Thousands dead. They have cut our paths off to the elves who have only recently become partners. There are monsters crawling through the mountains. There's just not an easy fix here. Which you're going to need to throw your support behind something. All of you are, if you wish for my nation to be of any sort of help. It's just too much. We have been the shield for centuries, stopping all that is coming, holding back demons and savages and following rules laid down by, and he sort of looks down to where the dwarf was, and up in the third row where poor Oric sent him, following rules stopping us from being able to use weapons that would save us. I know you've just come here to say we're in danger, but we need help. The dwarves to be less stubborn is probably not going to happen. Telling demons not to attack, the same. Savage raiders, well, the ones from the north trade, sure, we can help with that provided we're not under attack from 5 other directions. For half a millennia, we've been whittled away. We've cried for help, with barely any given. As far as I know, I don't believe it's entirely your fault, but your group coming to our lands definitely was a catalyst, speeding up the process of destruction. What can you do for us? What is there for us?
Somewhere at one point, I'm gonna turn towards Son and say, just stay right here for a moment. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna go up to one of the stands and I'm gonna keep eye contact with Saren and take a seat.
Okay.
Answers here that I can find. All lead to support. You're here now, you have spoken of the wounds that Tradale is suffering. And right here, kind of looks back towards the ones in the furs. As I said, offer of trade. And look around at everyone else. War is so easy to do, but support gives so much more strength. And I'm not just saying, oh, just give away things for free. Support is an equal road. Both sides. As there's trade that can happen from Etredale, there is protection that can happen from your people as we can find that focus for the raids towards the demons that are coming in. Everyone here has something to offer that is your prime, your prize, and what you have just such pride in. There can be more exchanges, there can be more trade amongst everyone, there can be more relations built, more strength given to everyone, more benefit. And then things can stop. The inner issues that are happening at Etredale, I cannot say that that can be solved through the interference of everyone else here. That is not fair. That is not something that I can ask for everyone. That is something that Etredale will have to solve within itself, because that is its own issue. It is its own people, its own home. And that is also my home, and that is what I will aid in helping.
At this point, sorry, I'm gonna let you keep speaking in a second. I'm just gonna say that the barbarian lady stands back up. You going?
Okay. Yeah, that is something that I aim to help, and that I will return for to help. as one of the houses of power, especially with everything that is happening and soon with my own family coming into higher rank. I'm going to use all that I can to help there. And solutions will be found, but I think solutions can only be found if we continue what we are doing here, which is the support of everyone and listening. There's issues within Petrodale, and so it must be listened to and found within. And that can be a discussion for another time and for when we are back home.
The barbarian lady is just gonna say one thing, I'll get to you, Yarrow. She looks across to the Petrodalian group and says, promise of trade. I'll have 15,000 raiders on your northern border in a month. Or I could be at your capital in 2 if you wish us to sail around. Sound good to you? And the oh my god, I've forgotten the word. Representative, the Asma representative sort of looks a bit shocked, is like, yes, for House Dusang and House Ban. And they have an agreement. And then they both turn to you and they'll bow. Okay. Which leaves time for Yara to say your piece if you wish. You had something you was going to say? Get your hand up.
Agnes will take a stand.
Okay. In that case, Kelsey, roll yourself a D2, flip a coin, do something. 1 is Arron, 2 is the other guys.
Oh boy. Speak, fireman. The dagger has chosen you.
Pray forgiveness for my rude intrusion from earlier. And I point towards the Lich if he's still here. Under recent circumstances, I think a matter of perspective would be well and wise to hear. I simply come in interest due to the various matters that have plagued both nation and world the same. I act as a voice, if not representative of my faith. I am not a fan of politics. I am a man of dogma. As I am relatively sure our representative here has spoken before of the nightmares we have seen. I am also relatively sure that they have implied that these forces intend to tear this world apart. I myself have been fallen victim to one of those forces. We are on the brink. Alliances are the answer. Trade are an answer. Because these forces, these people, these gods, horsemen, creatures from beyond, do not care that you stand separately. They will simply knock one domino down and another fall. I care for these people. I look down towards Saren and roundabout. Whether you all believe it or not, I care about all of you as well. This is a part of my dogma. It's a part of who I am. I lived in a world with enough violence for an overt length of time, and I have grown tired of it. In this one room, this one chance of peace, this one opportunity, forge your alliance now. On a tower of sand, we will fall as individuals, but on pillars of ivory, reinforced by unity, I do believe we will be able to deter these forces, to change the world for better. Whether you know it or not, there will always be someone by your sides, willing to defend you in life. I look towards the Lich once more, and in death. That is all I wish to have come to say. Thank you. And he does a very heavy bow in front of all of them.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
Okay. The last group, as you sit down, the Eudorans, still standing. Is it our turn to speak then?
Oh, he does sit down. Like, he's said his piece. Actually, he probably walks back off to the rest of the group.
And motion towards them.
So, the Eudorans are heavily themed off of a sort of Japanese-ish sort of culture. They're very samurai sort of looking. The one of them here is, and the other one is just a tall in robes thing. Just standing there. You can tell one's sort of like the master, the other's the bodyguard. And I'm not gonna butcher a Japanese accent here, so I'm just gonna anyways, so we have been at war since our creation, since the beginning. The elves used us, spat us out, and the moment we said we'd had enough, he slaughtered us. We cannot stand by them. Can't trust them. We did before. They killed us. Killed our emperor. We know more than anything the paths it takes to get to what's needed. And we will fight against what's coming at the end. Whether it's by ourselves or with them. But but never on the same battlefield. You've made points. We are currently stretched thin. And if we were to pull our warriors back, to do as you say, we're not sure we'd hold what we've gained. If you can get, or if we can get, an agreement from the Nehiolu, the Great Elven Empire, that no ground will be retaken, we'll do exactly as you ask. If not, we'll fight in our own way. Just stop. Everyone here treats us as monsters. They respect our strength, but you attack us for our heritage, beliefs, and he sort of motions to the samurai next to him, who takes off his mask, and as he does so, he sort of, these wings of smoke sort of start materializing. A tail creeps out and starts curling around him, and he seems to grow in stature just from this like presence. We control the dark. It does not control us. But we are treated as the same as any demon, devil, or anything else that comes across your paths. You kill us without thinking about it. All we want is to live in peace and right very old wrongs. Are you willing to help, Barn?
Of course. This is all I've wanted ever since I was even a child, and that is why I still live in what I am fighting for now, and what I'll die for. You may not be of my home, but you are still people, and you deserve that. You deserve to live. The treatment that you have gotten is not right. I will not ask you to fight on the same battlefield as them. We will not have you work hand in hand, but we will have them stop. And you will, in a way, just be focused in different areas. The focus of what we go against. You will not be made to fight on the same land.
The warrior and the representative come down, and if what you say is true, if you are happy to bind yourself to our cause, we are with you. But we do mean bind. And he holds out a hand.
I look at everyone around here and I just say, let this be the moment and the first step towards trust and seeing that these people are people and not the evil that we all lash out at. As I will gladly bind myself to this, and you will take hand, and yeah, that's what I'll sell my soul for, fuck it.
So it's not a regular D&D spell. I've got something written up which I'll send you later. But it's effectively a cross between the marriage ceremony and Gears, but instead of it being to a person, it's more to the ideal of protection against people who want to do the Adorans wrong.
Yeah, I'm completely for that. Yeah, no, I don't like what I've heard. So
okay, the Adorans are on your side. The dwarf in the back spits and leaves. Let's see how this played out for you with all the different representatives. Because you're going to see which ones stand with you now and which ones stay seated. So, and I've got different sized tokens for different like sized groups. So I've actually got this sorted, right? So the dead stand with you. Dwarfs do not.
I expected that.
The entirety of the Elven Empire does not. The mountain folk, Goliaths and humans currently do not. Dragonborn do.
That's surprising.
The Etredalians do. The Raiders do. Happy with that, Shannon. The Northern Elves do. Because they are a different empire. They're a different kingdom to the south. There is a mixed group of humans, kobolds, and other things, which I've just got as a token here. They stand with you. The Kingdom of Two Sons, unfortunately, does not, who you guys have not really had much interaction with, but they're a large group, but they are in the south. And the Plains Riders do not, because they are under the whims of the Elven Empire. So pretty much almost the entirety of the south part of the world, who you guys have had no real interaction with, have just been like, nah, we're dealing with our own shit. Also, the entirety of the south has been under attack by the dead and the Adorans for 50 to 100 years, depending on which group is attacking them. So with them standing with you, you've kind of made it, you know, this split. Because the dead at the start was like, guys, get your shit together. We should all work together, just maybe not with the elves because they suck, but we should all work together. It's kind of helped your arguments quite a bit here. All in all, you actually did really fucking well. The things you said, like, we're about to go on a break, which is why we're doing, I'm giving you an explanation here.
Okay. Your camera is frozen.
It's still frozen? I'm dancing.
You're good.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep dancing. Yeah, we're about to go on break, so I'll do a quick explanation of this. Pretty much, I was rolling a few things. You were saying a lot of the right things. Certain people were just like, you know, she said this too many times before, and you're not actually giving any solutions. But the moment you managed to get the Etredalians and the Raiders together, that helped with some people. And the fact that Ignis is with you and was like, yeah, okay, look, we'll even take the dead right now, was good enough for the dead to be like, yeah, we'll actually stand with you as opposed to being our own group. And then you bound yourself to the Adorans, which was a risk, but has helped quite significantly to get most of the North with you. It actually was the act which got the Northern Elves with you. Even though the Elves and Adorans don't get along, usually, I happen to roll a good number for you in this case. So, yeah, it helped. It helped. So hopefully you're proud of this.
I'm stressed.
Yeah, I thought you might be.
You did amazing.
Everyone give Kelsey a round of applause. Yay!
Glad I was able to help where I can.
Yeah.
As you start, like, as everyone stands and you kind of go, oh, 4 paladins walk in with Yako, who looks just gutted. He is very sad, very upset, and borderline in tears. And we're gonna take a break. So we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. You ready to go, Shelby? You ready to put us on break? Yay! Wave bye. Wave bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, and I guess we're back. So we're back. Hi everyone.
Yeah,
welcome
boy.
back to Roll for Damage. We are currently having just had Kelsey slash Saren slash Sophia slash you know, I don't know, something else. Roguzu, there we go. Be very persuasive and having to talk to a crowd of people for like an hour and a bit. It was just you for like a good hour. So usually I'm not like, hey, I'm gonna separate the party this much, but also this was a really important moment. What you did right here, this party could have technically tried to do in the second episode, I think it was, of the whole campaign, stepping up and being like, we've had some dreams and there's a big group of people, and you could have tried to talk then. There was a chance of that happening, but instead you sent a murderer into the rafters and fought an ooze, which had its own knock-on effects. So
There was no way we were getting into that meeting.
you could have bribed someone or something.
Okay, but that encounter with that fucking ooze left rippling implications
Yeah.
across the entire fucking campaign.
Yeah, I know, and that was
That
the thing.
one
I'm not
fucking
complaining
ooblex.
about it at all. It was great. But yeah, what you've done here was good, and hopefully in the next, if there is a next meeting, or maybe you might be the one to call the next meeting, you can get it, because what you've kind of accidentally done is put yourself in a leadership position for this Northern Alliance.
Damn it, not again.
So, but before we get into all that, Yaku's in, and while he's not in chains, he is surrounded by people, and there is the cleric that you guys have been seeing a few times has come down and had a whisper. And do the rest of you want to follow Yako in right now?
Yeah, imagine when they like bust the doors open with Yako between them, we'll all be like, oh, we should probably see what's going on with this, with our boat patron.
Is Tamel with us too, or is he still off in a different room?
He's off in a different room. He's probably actually gone back down to town to get provisions that he knows you guys need, and then start to see what they have for his room crafting as well.
Gotcha. Just asking where my actual good dad is, you know.
He'll be around soon enough. So
I could be your morally neutral dad.
No. You have a
Just-
daughter. Focus on her.
So, Yaku comes in, and the paladins take up points around the inner circle of this auditorium, and he's left standing next to you for a moment, Sarah.
What happened? What's going on?
They've apparently the Maoris have been talking and got some people on side. My rites of passage are being rescinded. And along with that, while the boat is free to move, they're shackling her. Dancers spirit elementals. For all intents and purposes, she'll be a regular boat. My ship is not really who she is anymore. Marius talked to the elves saying that I helped incite a war. That I caused disruptions in several places around Etredale, and they talked to some people in Dustfall. Those disruptions there, I know these people aren't actually responsible really, but results still the same. I don't know what to do. Sorry, I'm probably not the best company right now, love.
Come on, I'm gonna escort him to like the back of the room.
He sort of is stuck there for the moment as the cleric steps forward and says to the group, under orders of the Elven Emperor and dictated by the Marius, we need to have a vote, majority passed. His rights of freedom have been rescinded by the elves. It is up to any of you if you wish to allow Yaku into your port now. So he knows he's not sailing into enemy waters. Please stand if you do not wish Yaku to grace your shores any longer. The doors of Duskfall stand. All the elves, bar the Etredalian elves, stand. The Marius stand, but the Desung do not. Creating a bit of a problem there. More or less the only ones that don't stand are the landlocked nations with no borders to the sea. You still have the Eudorans, who are okay with him stopping by. If anyone wants to make an insight check on that, they can. Yeah, just roll it. Anyone can roll it. I'm okay with this. And then the Desung.
That is a 17.
23.
24.
8.
Sloane's just like, yay, the tieflings are nice. Okay, so the reason the Eudoran, like as the Eudoran stays sitting, they're just looking at the Elven delegation, smiling like, haha, we'll accept him. It's kind of the more
petty.
Yeah, it's petty as fuck.
I love it. I love them.
Well, considering they just recently became an ally of us all.
So, there is a small delegation from Yuckelheim who definitely stand. The Raiders of the North actually do stay seated as well, because if the Dusang are the ones they're helping and they have stood, they wait for them to stand, and then Sorry, the way they stay seated, the others will stay. So you saw they kind of like half got up and they looked and like, nope, what you? Yeah, cool. And they're just sitting there, knowing that man can maybe do some trade between.
Hate to break our narrative here, but speaking of raids, we just got raided by the Pyro Club.
Hey,
So
thank you.
thank you.
Speaking of raiders,
Yeah,
nice.
Perfect segue.
Hey, raiders.
Thanks, guys. Sorry
Well done,
to
Shelby.
interrupt, but
Yeah. We'll name one of the northern villages the Pyros.
Pyro Club.
Well, we can't call it the Pyro Club because that kind of sounds weird. Like just a bunch of bros fist bumping, like, yeah, we're the Pyro Club.
I mean,
coming
I
to
would
raid.
say
It's like a
it's a
biker gang.
club on fire. It's
No.
a big bludgeoning
Club.
weapon on
We
fire.
go to
Come on.
Burning Man every year.
You know, that's the thing though, is that like raiding parties actually did name themselves names like that.
Hmm.
They just were not English, so they didn't sound cool to us.
Anyways, thank you very much for the raid. We really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed your stream, and feel free to stick around here and listen to the shit going on. So, he sort of like looks very crestfallen. I don't know what to do.
I thought you had the sway of the Emperor of Vetridale. How is a delinquent house like the Marius able to hold such sway over so many nations?
It's I'm not sure if it's that so much as guilt by association. This has to be the worst possible time for this to happen, really.
Well, I don't fully understand the intentions of this court to seal off these sorts of things when we are here to help in the aiding of just keeping everyone alive. The Marius were the ones who made deals to try to destroy Etcherdale itself. They tried to give us bombs to go set off in the city. They were trying to set off a war themselves. Entirely. They should be sanctioning the Marius right now.
Perhaps this might be pertinent to speak of.
I'm not.
Well, I'm speaking quite loudly.
Yeah, and they can all hear.
Alliance.
I'm not meant to play favorites. I'm meant to be immune and neutral. And by ferrying you all around, being such close allies, as he sort of looks to Saren a little bit, I've definitely thrown my hat in. So, what have you all been speaking about here right now? Exactly? But I was told there was a meeting about a war. Is this against the dragons? The horsemen as well? Anyone want to give me something to work with?
Well, some of the nations.
Yes.
Saren did a great job of unifying a northern alliance of nations.
Saren, come back. Oh, she's
These southern countries, they seem to be short-sighted. Obstacles, I would say, in the Great War. And apparently we're able to barter alliances, but still are locked down by petty politics. Seems strange to me. Then again, all of you mortals seem strange. The repetitive nonsense.
All right. I think we've.
Can you really
that's
blame them?
far.
We
well,
blame these people for being cautious. We
I
come in here and our reputation
Don't
precedes
blame
us.
them, I just don't understand.
He stands up to his full height. I stand with these wanderers. Whatever their cause is now my own. And I will fight as hard as any of them to make sure the dragons, anything else coming, is stopped. And with any luck, destroyed. I'll find a way to unshackle my ship. I do not have the freedoms I once did, however, if you attempt to take my ship on the sea, you'll find it not quite so easy. The ship cannot change any longer, but when we find our way home to where my residence is, my vault will be thrown open. You'll have anything you need for your war. He just sort of sits down in a chair nearby, head hanging low.
We will remind all of you that if you were to interfere with Yako's ship, you must remember 5 of us will be on it.
Sort of a few looks around.
Would like
We're
to
not really
distance
caring.
myself after that fucking comment. Not gonna be a part of your threat.
The priest looks to you like, I believe you've had enough time here. Maybe we should move on. We have things to discuss. Are you 5 ready to a chat?
Is
Yes.
this not where I was supposed to apologize?
We were supposed to go somewhere else.
Okay.
This is the politics.
Aaron, I need you to speak up a little bit.
Yes. We were supposed to go somewhere else. This is the politic room. This is the boring place.
If
Okay.
you need to apologize to someone here, you can.
This is your chance.
Go. It's seize the day. Carpe diem.
I've seen enough.
Just imagining Sloan is like, sorry that I chopped off your arm and killed your family.
As she's standing there, sort of like in the center, but not saying anything, people start looking to each other, and then some stand up and start leaving. Like people like kind of filing out slowly as you're not doing anything.
Yeah, no, I don't do anything.
This guy is just looking at you the entire time. He recognizes you. He's just glaring at you until he leaves the room.
I don't think he's ready to hear an apology.
I don't
When-
think he's ready either.
When he leaves the room, could I go up to Sloan for a sec?
Mm-hmm.
Sloan, what is your body language conveying right now? Are you rigid or?
Right now, I'm like just kind of like shoulders are like just up here, just like really tense. So just like kind of uncertain and tense.
Mia is going to go up to you, and she stands kind of in front of you for a moment, a little awkwardly, before she takes a step forward and puts her arms around you to hug you. And she just says, I think I'm ready to forgive you.
I hug
Standing
you back.
behind Nia. I'm
And
going.
I'm sorry.
No, you have nothing to be sorry for. I'm the one. I'm sorry.
I was so cruel to you, Sloan. I'm sorry. It wasn't your fault. No.
I
I know
understand.
it wasn't.
I accept your apology, and I hope you accept mine.
The
Squeeze you back, but not too hard. I won't break you.
Yeah, please. I'm a little stronger, but I'm still Nia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she nods.
I
fine.
should probably apologize to your father too. Right?
She actually kind of shakes her head a little. I don't know. My father, he didn't see us like he didn't see us the way he should have. We were his soldiers. We were his soldiers, not his children. Why do you think I ran away?
Well, maybe he deserved to have his arm ripped off.
I don't know if
Like
that's
that might
right
be a
either.
step in the wrong direction, but
I think that my father made his decisions and he is dealing with the consequences. And he wants to push them onto me because he placed expectations on me when I had no way of meeting them. That is not my fault. And that is not yours. You shouldn't have taken the sword, but the sword had something more powerful.
I should not have taken the sword. I regret it.
We can make it right by getting you free of it.
You don't
I know
have to do that. I already have taken so much from you.
I have to because that was my job. I was supposed to protect the relics. And if nothing else, I'm doing my dead brother a disservice by not trying to at least fix this. And I don't want you lost to it too. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Okay. Thank you, Nia.
She just gives you another hug before getting ready to follow the rest of the party.
I hug you back. Yay, we're friends again.
Finally, I don't have
Ignis
to
is
keep
just
being
standing
mean.
there, proud of himself.
So, you get taken to the temple, and then you go through it, and there's this very opulent marble structure. It's a bit cooler inside. There's no torches lit, it's just the sunlight coming through the windows. It is getting later in the day, so it's kind of a bit lower, a bit more orangey than that sort of like golden light. As you get to the back, you sort of go up a set of stairs that's hidden behind sort of a dais, and you go into this smaller room where the high priest sits. And in that room, there are these sort of like floating orbs of water that sort of just bubble around a bit. And they're all got these little glowing lights which bathe the whole place in this light blue light.
Oh
He
boy.
sort of
Water.
stands up. I was told you were all coming here.
Hello.
Your reputation precedes you a lot.
I hope it was only good things. Shit. Well,
You made a good argument. Reeling, you did. All of you. We
I
have
feel like
close ties to the sea elves. We could probably get them on side. We do have something we need from you.
you're going to have to be more specific.
Our god has told us that there are... Did you just roll your eyes there, Sean?
I saw it. I'm all like, let him do it, let him do it.
Yeah, so he notices that. He's like, a problem with gods?
No, he doesn't have any problem with gods at all. In fact, he's just more self-concerned.
Does he not speak himself?
I am listening.
Yeah.
You showed such disdain for the mention of deities.
I am listening.
You want to know what? Talking of gods, I'm probably a bit more at your speed. Hello.
Well, you are the one that disrespected my priest.
Disrespect is such a strong word. I
Also
prefer
accurate.
disagreed.
This is
Disagreed
Arron,
heavily.
and you refused to listen and threatened even.
I made no threats.
Mm.
I politely asked.
No direct
but I am
threats,
here
but
now and I'm willing
implicit
to listen.
ones.
I'm willing to listen. Yes, Nia.
I'm asking a question to Kyle. Sorry.
Yep.
What god specifically is being worshipped here? Is it Sarnark or is it a myriad
You
of gods?
guys never really figured it out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
could I attempt to figure it out now that I'm sitting in here?
Sure. I don't think there's any way you could possibly know, but you can roll.
I would like to try. I don't know. Just want to know what angles are working from here, because I'm the only other one who used to follow anything in any devout way.
I am proficient in religion. Might not like
Well, that's
gods,
a
but
13,
I
so
read
I'm
about
going
it.
to guess no.
No, no
That's
idea.
fine. Continue. I apologize.
The children of Titans are rousing, attempting to wake their parents. We really need that stopped.
Are they like a cult?
They have mortal followers who have raised beasts, monsters, abominations that were born from Titans a long, long time ago.
Mm.
Those creatures do have ways of waking their parents.
So what is it that in specific you would like for us to do? If it is a matter of doing a little bit of monster hunting, I won't disagree. There are pertinent matters at hand that need to be solved, but, and I look to the rest of the party, if it could be solved soon, it's not like we're going anywhere
Well,
today. Maybe tomorrow.
there are two things directly affecting our God and its people, and one that is not as much as a problem for us, but could spell the death of the sun, which in the long run is not healthy, I imagine.
No, it is not. Especially not for me.
There is an aboleth, I believe they're called, digging into the seabed to raise something.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
You may.
To know.
Could I also make one to see if I know what an aboleth is?
Sure.
I have a book with an aboleth skin.
You
I
do?
think I might know what an aboleth is.
Yeah,
I thought I wasn't.
That is
Sorry, Chad, I
going to be an 18 in total.
That was a nat 20 for. Do I know what an aboleth is? So.
How trained in Arcana were you? You were very basic, right? I'm trying to remember.
Nia?
Yeah, it's like how trained in magics back in the day. Not a stat.
That's up to your discretion because a lot of my stats changed when she retrained. So, also when I did all my class shifts, my proficiencies changed. So that is up to you.
What is your total when you go nat 20?
It's a flat 0.
Oh.
Yeah, it's but then again, remember we had to shift some things around when I retrained. So it's up to you how much I was taught when I was in keeper training.
That's right. I'm gonna roll
all the scary things.
I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna do this because I don't think you
I got
would
a
have known
34.
about
Jesus Christ.
aboleth. So I'm going to roll a dice and add 10, and that's going to become the DC for you because I don't want to choose one arbitrarily now that I know the number. So cool, you know about aboleths because I rolled a 2 plus 10 is 12, making your DC way less.
Weird story my uncle told me from his weird travels. Maybe
yeah.
I don't know.
It was in one of the tomes he would have showed you at some point. And then yes, Auric, you are like, those things, they suck.
They suck.
Aboleth digging into the ground, and they've wiped out one settlement of elves already.
So what I am hearing is that you want us to find this aboleth creature and remove it permanently off the census, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And I look to the rest of the party. Okay.
It's not that
I don't
easy.
know what these are.
There's a second
Yeah,
issue.
no, Nia looks fucking horrified at that.
The aboleth in its digging and finding a route into the part of the world released some trapped creatures that were not meant to be found.
We have to get there.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said it's underwater.
Yes.
I don't understand how we're going to fight something that's underwater.
We can help with that.
And I look to the rest of the party. I feel like I am going to be completely useless in this semblance. I'm gonna keep it 100. I do not do well under the water. I do not know how to swim.
Well, that's what magic is for.
One of the
That's great.
settlements that the aboleth destroyed as it was finding its way down. They did not realize they had built their bank on top of a cage for thousands of oozers. One in itself is not a problem, but the sheer amount that was locked away could not find a way to destroy them when they were first found millennia ago. As far as I understand, they have a direct connection to their demonic lord, and that could be a problem. We do not need them spreading across the ocean surface. They'll find their way to land eventually.
So,
I look at Ignis. He'd be able to take care of that.
Yep. I could definitely do that. I might need to pray a bit on this, as I have a particular notion that I will not have enough firepower to solve that issue immediately.
Or can you cast fire?
I have some fire spells. Some spells that are learned when I acquired knowledge from the Ferromancers.
I feel
I
like
can also consume them entirely into an abyss.
that might prove to be useful.
I know how to make a fire.
That will also prove useful.
Lastly, the Sun Eaters have been released. Or created. We're not sure how exactly. We thought they were extinct.
What
They
is-
are
What are the Sun Eaters?
quadrupedal creatures that devour solar energy. When they have eaten enough, they will find each other, fuse, and become the Solar Titan.
Is this anything that's related to any of Saranarik's teaching, or is this a different god?
Yeah.
They will be eating Saranorik. You can understand that just by what it's saying.
I'm just wondering if that's in any of the teachings I had of her.
These
like
things,
any like doomsday prophecy, or, you know,
these things
fun into the world
have not
shenanigans.
been around for so long that you don't have notes on them.
Okay.
I will have to pray on that.
So
can
we are to
potentially-
follow the tracks.
We could potentially deal with one of these threats, but not all of them.
Which are your people most capable of dealing with?
Whichever you think you don't have time for.
We could handle
It's
the
not a
Aboleth.
helpful answer.
I know, and I wish I could give you more. I will be. Yes?
We could handle the Aboleth. We took out a head of Tiamat, and they apparently fought a demigod. That would not be without us outside of our skill set. The uses on the ocean might be too much for us.
The Aboleth itself is also at the bottom of the ocean. Is that going to be a problem?
Well, you said you could provide us with support to get us there.
No breathing. All we need.
Are we going to
investigate the oozes? It's on the way. See if we can deal with it. If we can't, we can't.
And we just hope that the Sun Eaters don't get far enough along before one of us can get there.
Where are they right now? Do you know?
Scattered. It will be easier to find them when they start to do more damage to the surrounding area.
Are they a faction of their own, or are they in league with anyone that you know?
They are. It's not a cult. It's not a human, or they are monsters.
See.
They
You say
start.
scattered. Are they scattered in a locality or across the entire globe?
There are, as far as we understand, there's been 3 sightings. One farther north, but 2 have been on islands.
Those sound like they'd be easy to deal with if we had an unusually fast ship at our disposal.
We cannot provide such a thing.
Even in the face of soul eaters.
It's not up to us.
Who was it up to?
You're obviously referring to Yako's ship, are you not?
I don't think there was a mystery there.
You would have to petition the elves.
Elves.
For Shelby, when he says the elves. Which faction of elves is he talking about? I'm sorry.
At the south.
The south?
Yep.
And
South.
those weren't Crystal Forest elves. Those were further down south elves, right?
They were, yeah, very, very far south.
Okay.
Well, considering that league is off the table.
We'll provide strength for you in the war that's coming. We will provide blessings that will allow you to breathe water. What else can we give? What do you need?
The ship?
The one thing outside, well, potentially one of the things outside of our realm of influence.
Resources for magical experimentation, reagents towards those means, knowledge, books, whatever you have that you can give. Whatever you have that we can take.
Do you have the means of creating a teleportation circle?
I do.
Come with me then. And if you follow him, he takes you to a large room, and in the center is a teleportation circle.
Where does this lead?
This leads here. Nowhere. You can come here if you wish.
Complications of arcane magic are beyond him.
So is this you giving us permission to use this when needed?
Why else would I show you?
I'm just making sure the deal is clear.
I think myself and Ulrich understand. He is your leader, is he not?
Don't feel like any of us ever really are.
We kind of take turns in the role.
Oh, I was informed that he was the only one with sense and that he was the one I would speak to.
That's not an
Circumstance.
inaccurate statement.
Not totally inaccurate, no.
Though the woman that spoke before seems also, while a touch emotional, to
I
be...
prefer her.
Yeah.
This whole place is about calm tranquility. They try not to let emotions cloud them. That's why they are the way they are, and a good neutral place. Before anyone jumps down my
Saren.
throat about the touch emotional comment.
Arron is a very useful leader.
Okay.
I will commit this to my notes and memory.
I will consider
These
you,
are passage.
I'll consider you joint leaders in this. When anyone passes through here to this teleportation point, they must be accompanied by one of you two, or they'll be attacked.
That is fair. Do you have in your supply the appropriate reagents for a teleportation circle spell?
We could provide them, yes.
We have gold to provide if necessary, but we'd prefer to save that for other things.
How about we say that, apart from our strength, the blessings, the teleportation circle and reagents to make one, you will take one of the threats and let us know which when you decide. If you want to take a second threat, we will discuss further payment for you.
I believe that's reasonable.
No one else has an issue here?
Not at all.
I've known some of Sir Ulrich's people to be fiery, So we'll forgive your outburst, young Ignis. Do not threaten my priests again. Okay. You're free to go or stay. If you wish to talk theology at all, I'll be here. I believe there's some things I could teach you. Auric, I'm definitely taking you for a bit of show and tell.
As promised.
Okay. Well, any who wish to stay can stay, any who wish to go can go. And he just returns to his small temple. If anyone wants to stay with him, they can. Otherwise, you're free to roam the island.
I have a request for the party.
All right.
I assume we'll this is like, I'll pull you out into the hall for this conversation because I'm not sure I want him hearing. Probably will, but I just don't want to have this conversation in his office. Arron's family is here. They are angry. They are angry at me. And I want to give them something. And they deserve to know that what's happened to their son. I won't tell them everything because it's too cruel, but they deserve to begin mourning.
I'll go with you.
I
I'll tell
wanted
them
to
it was
ask.
me.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Maybe.
But I need to make it right.
I'm gonna ask that if you want to tell them, wait until after I've told them what's happened.
Of course.
Just so we can try and explain. I don't know if this will work. But I want to give them something. And I'll take Arron's journal out. I'm going to take out the last pages. They don't need to see the terror he was in, and we need them still. And I cast a look at Auric like, I know.
His raised eyebrow will return to its normal place.
But I want them to have what were his last happy days. They deserve it. Will you come with me?
Yes.
Of course.
There is also something else I was considering. And if it happens, I ask you let me do it alone. I know from a lot of how Arron spoke, settling conflict with a duel is common. And if they ask that, I ask you let me fight on my own.
Well,
I'm not asking you to let me take a 3-on-1 by myself.
oh good, because I was about to say no.
Yeah.
If one wishes to
Say you
fight
should
me,
leave the journal with us if you do that.
if one wishes to fight me, then I want you to let me. I don't plan to fight.
I could fight in your place.
No,
I don't think that's a wise idea.
this is something I need to do. And I don't plan to fight to the death. That would be disrespectful to Arron.
Are you sure that they will have their intentions, such as yours?
I was told I know the rules here. This is the only
Well, then
place
it's no
that they'd
concern.
be able to. It's first blood or to the death, and both sides, I'm pretty sure, have to be in agreement. I don't think one can just decide it's to the death in the middle without causing some trouble.
Our experience earlier seemed to be that rule is a bit fluid.
I think Sloane's a special circumstance.
Fair.
and look at Sloan. I would kindly request that even if they do manage to convince a multiple party assault on our friend here, that you kindly take a step back away from it. I'm not saying this because I do not think that you are incapable of controlling yourself. I'm saying this is because we need to assure that this party of people are assured their safety. Remember, you rage in the right direction.
I understand. I just don't know that I will be able to. Maybe if it does happen, I shouldn't watch the fight.
I do not think you should watch the fight.
I wasn't asking you.
If you don't watch the fight, it's okay.
I want to support you, Nia. I do, but
you can support me by keeping yourself together. That's what I want. It would help me a lot more knowing that you were still in control and you were still you.
okay.
Go meet with these individuals that have plagued your mind, my friend.
And if it's not a fight to the death, then the stakes are low. We'll be done by the afternoon.
Nia is going to go into the journal, and with a dagger, she's going to cut the signatures out of the book that are the last, what would you say, third of the pages that were, not great. Where his nightmares began, and they began to become very incoherent.
Mm-hmm.
But I also take out, there's one page from the good book part of the book I take out, and it is the now very tear-stained image drawing that Arron did of me and him. And I put that away, because I can't let that go.
Okay.
But then I just prepare the book to be, and get ready to go find Arron's parents and brother.
Okay. Since it is getting towards the evening at this point, might be a for tomorrow sort of job.
Oh, let's do it.
The high priest comes to you, Auric, is like, you have no... You don't like belief, faith, or gods. Have something to show.
I said nothing about belief.
Well,
Like I said earlier, belief is not foolish.
fair
It's
enough.
foolish not to believe. But faith is foolish in all instances.
I still have something I wish to show you.
And I wish to see it.
Any others can come should they want to, but it is not necessary. If you want, we can have food brought to you and you can settle down for the night.
Slowly, yeah. Yep.
Sorry, they're having an argument outside. It doesn't happen usually here. If anyone else, to the rest of you, is anyone else wishing to come, or would you like me to get food sorted? Provisions, anything?
I think I'm only gonna get.
I would have liked to survey the magic shops. And I also would like to keep the party together.
Well, the bazaar will be open for another hour, and I'll only have Auric for maybe a half hour for bringing him back. It will not be long, I promise.
Very well. And I look towards I look towards the other three. Perhaps this would be a great time to see if they have any baked goods.
Would like that.
Yes.
Do you need spending money?
Thinking of the pouch full of jewelry in his personal possession. You want to know what? I will not say no.
It was just a simple question.
Wow, Ulrich.
Would you allow me to go with Ulrich?
Yeah, if you wish. So, 3 of you head off to the bazaar.
I'm not going to the bazaar.
Oh, where are you going?
I'm gonna take some time to rest, and also I'm just gonna go comfort Yako.
Okay.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Do you want to go get him some alcohol of any sort? You know how he loves his alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ship can't magically produce his alcohol anymore.
That's the part that's really upset him, I think.
Oh God, can't feed his alcoholism. Oh no.
So you go and get something nice from here or the bazaar or whatever, and you take it to him, and we'll get to that later. So 2 of you go and get sweet treats, which we'll also get to in a little bit, or
So
next session, depending on the time.
Chocolate chip cookies. All right, extra chunky.
And then Ulrich, Nia, and this priest, they move down a set of stairs, down this winding path to a small boat, and he rows about 50 meters offshore. I have faith because I get to speak to my God whenever it replies.
It's not faith.
They've never steered me wrong.
It's still not faith.
What do you believe faith is then?
If you are communing with your God and it is an equal conversation, they provide, you have no need for faith. It's just an accord. Pact.
Would you not say that then all clerics, holy warriors, have the same thing? They speak to their gods, are given gifts in return. They don't need faith, or they have this accord?
Yes, until the god decides they need faith. But if it's whims,
Well, who hurt you, Ulrich?
since know what you're talking about. I'm simply stating the obvious about the cosmological structures. The gods.
Fucking hurt you.
You know it's not a whim that they need faith. Many need faith to survive. It is a pact of some sort. They help where they can. They are given faith, belief. It fuels their existence. Part of the
Yes,
cycle.
this is true, but the rules are rather simple, though there is an elegance to it, in the way that you can harvest such faith. You could harvest faith by just providing, like some do to their clerics. Others, well, a more ardent faith comes from neglect and the appropriate pressure.
And who are you referring to? You seem to have intimate knowledge.
I refer to any god I've ever heard of. Cryptic messages, blessings at the appropriate times, divine intervention at a whim. I, myself, There's a cult of spider people half a continent away that believe that I'm going to save their lives.
Well, my god, who you seem to be so disdainful of, I saw your eye roll, has always provided, has always cared, communicates, can communicate with some other deities. We have a
Speak up a little bit.
good working relationship. If that's
Well,
how
I'm
you wish
happy
to
for
see
your
it.
pact. And I don't disdain your god. No. Seems reasonable. If anything, I respect your god. It's the general agreements of mortals and deities that I don't have a love for. The shackling of the mortal will.
Well,
And truthfully, I just simply do not like people who have this incessant belief that God is going to make them a person of destiny.
everyone wishes to be a hero.
I don't.
How can I still hear them arguing while I'm at sea?
Well, sometimes sound travels faster over water.
Oh, I was not entirely aware of that fact. Thank you.
Let's
Well,
pick
you see, when you study the natural world beyond just the cosmological structures of your god,
I can see I'm not changing your mind. However,
is that your goal?
just an honest discussion to see where you stood.
I prefer that, yes.
Maybe it would ease you a little if, on occasion, you could get direct answers, as opposed to roundabout feelings of clerics and priests.
That's what I've come here to pursue. My need for ivory and incense.
He turns to the bow of the ship and starts to sing in this deep sort of voice, and it just sort of flows out across the waves, and you can actually see that as he gets to like the second line of this song, the water starts to like ripple away from him, and after maybe 30 seconds the water around the whole front half of the island where you're looking starts to boil, and this gargantuan head starts to rise up of a turtle, and telepathically you get this question asked you, this feeling of just ancientness, agelessness. If you have any questions for myself, Veritas, or Saranoric, ask now, and I will forward the message onto them.
It's all of us?
This is to Auric in his mind. But you can
Okay.
see this ancient dragon turtle head raise out.
What the
The
fuck?
water.
Oh shit.
This is huge. No, meh. Makes gargantuan creatures look small. It's big.
Immense.
Yeah. What do you need, Hollow One?
It's a lot of pressure to come up with questions, right?
Okay, and we'll end the session there.
We can cut to someone else.
No, it's almost time. We'll end the session there.
Got 10 minutes. Come on, we got bazaar time.
I would like it if we ended the session here because I'm about to fall asleep in my chair.
Well, what it does is it means that I can focus on dessert time, and Kelsey's given Yako hug time, and Sean can think of his questions. It gives us time to do a full round of favourite moments if you wish, because this was a lot of talking.
Extra chunky chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, so
Everyone's favorite.
thank you all for coming around and saying hi and getting to... Oh, I keep hiccuping and stuff because I just drank the Coke too fast. Yes. Thanks for coming around. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Ancient Dragon Turtle, which would have been really bad if you had in the first episode that you were here been like, nah, fuck the priests and thrown a fireball, because then it would have got enraged. The whole village is on like on wooden stilts, so if it moves fast, that thing just sloughs off and floats, and it can then go murder. And yeah, it's big, so it would have caused problems. But let's do a quick round of favorite moments. We try to do... I'm gonna get you to pick 2 people that had a moment that you really, really enjoyed, and then pick 1 for yourself. We're gonna start with Sleepy Girl. Shelby.
Are we also doing like the hi, my name is...
Yeah, sure.
To have been to. Hi, my name is Shelby, or Shooby, Dooby Doo, Whistle While You Work. I'm really sleepy. I've been playing Nia, our slowly maturing problem child. And favorite moments. Saren's, how she handled that entire thing. Good job, Uzu. Did good job with that. Like, fantastic. Politics suck, and you handled that pretty well. God, Oryx, your talk with the priest was so good. The one with that ending talk with the priest. It is so interesting seeing what is equivalent to an atheist, but not really an atheist, talking to someone of so devout in a world where gods actually exist, but still having a reason to be like, no, fuck the gods. And that still seems perfectly rational. You're doing a really good job at that. And it was a very interesting conversation. Yeah.
And your favorite moment about yourself?
Oh, I didn't do a ton. I was just kind of letting other people. I mean, I loved being my moment with Sloan. I was really happy about that because I've been trying to find a moment for that for a little while, and Nia's been trying to figure out a way to say it for a little while. So I'm glad that like she finally did it, and yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else take it, please.
All right. I'm going to pass this to Shannon.
Okay. Shelby, that was going to be one of my favorite moments too. I loved the little heart to heart between Nia and Sloan. It was an extension of what happened. I forget where it was, but it was after a battle, and like you were exhausted or just so beaten up, and I remember Sloan going over and giving you a hug, so it was kind of parallel to that, which I really liked, so thanks for that. I want to say Kelsey because everybody's going to say Kelsey, but I think that's just understood that, that's one of everybody's favorite moments. So I'll say, Sean, your little comments about, like, I don't think you should watch the fight. Like, that's not a good idea. Like, just hit so well. And Sloan was just like, fuck you on the inside. I really liked that. You're doing such a good job portraying the soulless person that Orc is right now. And for me, I'm actually proud of my accent tonight because it's been hard getting back into Sloan's accent, and I thought it sounded really good tonight. So, good job, me.
It sounded wonderful.
So yeah, I'm Shannon. I've been playing Sloan Normally, I play Scarlet over on Paradise Productions, Advantage in Paradise from Paradise Productions. That's on Monday nights. You can find me on Twitter at S4E05. I also help run the Paradise account because I am community manager.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, I remembered. Yeah, we have fun over there. We have fun here, so yay.
Okay. Next up, we'll go with Arron.
Yay! Hello, I'm Arron. I'm otherwise known as Shannon. I'm the Dungeon Master for D6 Black Archives, which you'll be able to watch this upcoming Sunday. Sunday. My favorite moments are... Man, everyone's already picked all the good ones.
That's kind of the point when you're like, it's so hard to go second or third or fourth, like not first, just not first.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really proud of both Nia and Sloan. Finally, like simply because like the involvement of we can begin to heal. It's all right. Life is not that bad. And
I didn't say that.
Well,
Let's not go too far.
Life is pretty bad, but like,
I'm still a deeply traumatized young woman, but
Let
I'm ready to
him
not
talk.
stop blaming my barbarian.
Let's let him talk.
Yeah. So allowing there to be finally that open line of forgiveness is probably everything that Ignis wanted. Just like to see happen. It's just like, okay, so we're making the right steps. This is good. So those two are my favorite moments. So I got a 2-in-1 deal on that.
And yourself?
My favorite moment for me personally,
Everything that you did.
shitting myself over the idea of the aboleth.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. He was like, "Oh, good."
just sounds, natural sounds that my boy would make, where it's just like, oh, it gets worse. Does it? Really? It gets worse.
You also your response to the Sun Eaters was great. Just like, what? You what?
The fuck who?
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we'll go with Kelsey.
As me, I'm Kelsey, also Roguzu, on Twitter and YouTube. I've been Sarah, who's talked for like the entire half of this session, and I feel bad about that.
Don't.
No, it was
Don't. It's amazing.
My favorite moment. I'm glad I was able to stick it out mentally throughout that whole thing, because like I was just like, I'm gonna fight these people. I'm gonna fight them because that's my immediate response. But Saren is just like pushing me down, like no. So glad I got through that. Other than that, I really like just the very small interactions that's happening, like with Auric and Sloan. Like Auric is just able to get in like these small comments and whatnot, and then like Sloan's immediate response of like, wasn't talking to you. It's like, leave me alone. But I also really
X for me, pal.
I also really appreciate Ignis coming in there with the support. So yeah, that's
Asian assistance.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry to leave you to last. I think again.
I'm pretty frequently last for these. But that's okay.
I'm really sorry about that. I think it's because I know you
I don't really
tend
care.
to.
I'm probably the best person to pick last though, because I don't.
It's best
mind
for
as much.
last.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
That too. I am Sean O'Donovan, creative director of Paradise Productions, and a human being.
Oh,
Definitely a robot. Only a robot has to specify.
In real life, I definitely have a soul. I definitely do. It's not just Auric. I mean, it is just Auric who doesn't have a soul.
No, my favorite moments tonight. I think it's pretty impressive to manage a scene like that first one, both for Kelsey and Nova. I think Kelsey, you did an excellent job of navigating the particular characters that showed up, and there were a lot of them. So particularly being able to manage all of their expectations, with, like you said, without being just like, I'm gonna fight you, is very difficult, especially when, you know, you're dealing with a bunch of NPCs who are going to have, like Nova said, they're going to exploit every word you say. You crushed it. And Nova doing the exploiting is difficult also. Not just because it's like you want your players to succeed, so it's hard to be like, this character's a real asshole, and the character's gonna be an asshole, and is going to make an unreasonable request of you that you really don't have the ability to solve, but you're the one talking. Managing that is hard as a DM, so that was a very impressive moment all around. Favorite thing for myself, it's very difficult to be soulless, so I'm pleased with the most part with my scenes where I lean into that most. In the scenes, particularly the conversations with the priest, I'm always enjoying, because his neutrality, his calmness really helps me get into the neutrality of not having a soul, and that's what I was really trying to do tonight in certain scenes, is just like not care about certain things and just be like, oh, I'm done with this. Like, this is not useful anymore. Instead of it just being like, I'm mean. It's meanness through indifference, as opposed to just like, I'm gonna be a dick, although I was a dick a few times. But yeah, it's fun.
I'm more passive aggressive than you are malicious now.
Yeah.
But it's unintentional passive aggressive as well a lot of the time. Like,
sometimes it is.
It comes
Sometimes
off
he
as
is just
passive aggressive.
literally.
He's like, this is how things are, and everyone's like, fuck you. Like, he's like, no, but this is just how things are.
Yeah, or just like being like, that none of that made sense. Yeah, like basically just being like, I'm assuming you need money. I'm not giving you money, but I'm assuming you need money.
I won't say no. It's like, damn, Ulrich, you got the whole crew laughing.
Or being like, you know, these Marius are pretty delinquent. Shouldn't you guys do something about that? And it's like, that's not how things work. Well, I was like, well, that would be the easiest thing to do, though, right?
So I think my favorite moments were probably Ignis trying to like talk to the high priest, and then having to be like, oh yeah, I was kind of a little bit maybe overboard with your underling, and like sort of, I feel like every time that you did something tonight, it was a really impactful thing, whether that was talking to Sloane and really helping her along, whether that was making your comments in the auditorium, or the part where you was like trying to talk to the priest. All of them were really solid, so really well done on your part there. He definitely wants to talk to you more as the only other person he knows who has like a bit of faith, but he was doing his business thing just then. And that's why he was kind of like, does anyone want to come see my guard? We got a guard, you want to see my guard? And you're like, I'm getting candy. He's like, okay.
I think we've all dealt with enough today.
Yep. It's time for treats. I'm trying not to just go with what other people have said. So I think the little... I won't go with the comments that you threw in with Sloane, but more the comments you threw as like observations about things where, you know, you're talking about, like you kind of said, you know, they're like, oh, we can't do this thing. Like, well, why can't you? You just do the thing. Like you're thinking of immediate responses, and he's kind of like going, well, politically we can't just do that. He's not disagreeing with it being the right thing, but he's for once you're seeing the small picture compared to the big picture, and he's being big picture, not small picture. So it created an interesting dynamic of characters, even if I don't know how interesting it is to watch two neutral people just be like, we are neutral. Yes, very. Back and forth.
I love it.
I do as well. I could do it for an hour and just have a great time, because you're trying to talk circles around each other without actually being dicks. You're just like, but that's not how this actually is. Oh, but it is. Okay. Anyways, my favorite moment for myself was probably just, it was very hard to do an auditorium full of people that wanted to speak, and I tried very hard to make sure they had, like, you probably noticed in the first half of the session, everyone kind of had individual voices, and then by the time we got to second half, I was exhausted, and it got a bit hard to kind of keep it up.
Didn't notice that,
yeah. It's just like, yeah, that was hard. There was like 7 different people talking, and it was just a lot. So, yeah, and this week I've had no time to practice anything or get much done because my computer died, and this is not going to survive the day, the one I'm on. So hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll have a new PC and also be broke at the same time. It's great. Anyways, yeah, my name's Nova. I run Roll for Damage. But really it's these guys here that do all the making me look good by being great players. So thank you everyone for being excellent today. It was really, really good. Whether you guys did a lot or a little, everything you did was excellent, and I was really, really happy with it. So thank you. You've probably got another session of just talking shit before you get to punch things again, but you know, we'll get there. Yeah, I mean, look, next session, I'm hoping
get in the fighting pits.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to see that.
You'll just someone will be like, haha, my sword. You just obliterate them, and they'll be like, everyone's like, oh, that's not okay.
Like,
are you not entertained?
I feel like your next session will be a lot of planning on which of these things you're actually going to take, doing research, getting it all done, getting all the information. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We're gonna find someone to raid. There's probably something else I'm meant to be doing, but it's now past the time, and Shelby needs to go to sleep. So does Shannon. Sean's nodding, but I just know that guy doesn't sleep, so it's fine.
I have to render D6.
Weave the Tale is live right now.
Yeah, I'm like looking to see things, and then I forgot that
I always look at D&D streamers and look at like who's got like 15 or below.
Let's see who's here right now. Weave the Tale.
Weaver Tales.
Maybe the one we go for. Let me have a look. See.
Vorpal Tales is up. Long Lost Lore is up right now.
Trumpets and Tarasques? What the hell is that?
That's interesting.
We might raid Phoenix Iwaki. He's a guy based out of Japan. He's in our time slot. And he's a guy that we've sort of collaborated with and done stuff with in the past. So I might throw stuff. He's, I believe, doing something. He might be just doing a reading of Van Richter's. I'm not sure, but he is a friend, so I'm going to prioritize love to him tonight.
Alrighty.
So.
Well then, are you ready for us to raid over?
No, well, we're gonna do an end screen first and run the ad. Just everyone stick around for a minute, run the ad. It helps the channel. Please don't leave.
Yeah,
it goes for 30 seconds. Let's everyone wave goodbye. And Sean's already ahead of it. He knows what's up. All right. See you next time, guys. Bye bye. You can go to